just getting things finished up here. Let's see if I can, oh yeah, go back to the editor. Hello. And I'm just getting my phone set up, actually, is what I'm doing. Okay, so start video. And then we're going to see what we have here. We want to turn it and make it the large piece, and then we actually do want to turn it around to the, actually, the front camera is fine. We'll just do the front camera. So welcome to the live shopping experience. What the thought process today is that we're going to do a show and tell, essentially. So I'm going to be here for any questions or like anything. I can tell some stories. What I'll do to kind of keep myself entertained in the meantime is I will probably do some tidying up because my studio is still a disaster. There we go. Since essentially all I do is I basically just tidy up to actually get able to work again. Alright, so let's get that. You do have that in frame, so let's actually put the mic behind the computer like this, and then you can chat. And then we're going to actually, okay, so that is live. I'm going to actually get rid of this camera as much. Come here. Hello. Alright, so that's going to be the little camera today. It's going to be the desk cam. And we'll actually turn this way a bit just so I can actually see the chat a bit better. And then we'll clear up the drinks here. I haven't eaten lunch, so I'm actually going to eat lunch here quickly. But I'll just turn the collab cam off for that. And then we're going to shuffle the collab cam for you guys up here. And so you have my face cam. Alright, there we go. I think that that's good. So the general idea today is that, like, if you have any questions about the bags or anything like that, you can actually ask about them. Updated pop-up information. I am going to be at Coldwell Banking Realty on October 28th from 10 till 3. And that is a pop-up being hosted by one of the realtors actually in Cochrane, so that's pretty cool. The live stream actually running on the computer here so that I can see, make sure that everything's happening right. Alright, here we are. Alright, so I am going to have my food, but I will keep an eye on the chat, and we can obviously, like, I can interact with you there if we desire. Yeah, I'm just going to throw in the chat that we are going to do, how this is going to happen. So you can get all the bags at ateliernikazuki.com. So today's live stream is for anyone wanting to ask questions about products, production, etc. You can check out the stock at ateliernikazuki.com. Alright, so I am going to pause this big camera and bring up the big webcam, and we are going to have lunch real quick. Obviously, if you still have any questions, you're obviously more than welcome to ask me as well. I am going to mute the camera, though. Everything just ran over a little bit more than I anticipated today, so I'm going to stuff my face. Hello. Sorry, I was putting some food in my face because, oh wait, we want the webcam to go small, not the Colab cam. The Colab cam is my face. Anyway, stuff on my face because all my appointments that I had earlier today actually went a little bit longer than I anticipated. So today's general idea is the shop update went live, and so I'm welcoming any questions that you may have about the bags. You can do a little bit more of like a live experience, and then you're able to like ask any questions that you have about the bags in person, basically, virtually in person. I don't know quite how to do this. Like, should I be showing bags off as we're doing this? I'm gonna finish my lunch now that I'm just back down to me as a viewer. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stuff my face with my lunch, and then I'm going to grab the bags and pull them out, and we're going to start stocking the drawers with them. And then if people have questions and they roll in, I can kind of chat about them as we do that. So that's what we'll do. Yeah, because that's productive. Gets the stock in. It gets my cutting room tidied back up because that went horrendously tidying it up, and then it just went right back to messy. So that's what we'll do. Alright folks, we are just going to do this with one camera. A, it's not as much work to move it around, and B, I don't think it's going to be particularly busy. So what we'll do is we're gonna like pack all the stock into the drawers. I've got dressers that I basically store the products in. Yeah, hang out, have a little bit of a chat all around. You'll get to see some of the products as I do it, and then maybe we'll actually work on getting some more of the stuff in the back here tidied up, because what we need to do next is I need to finish tidying up in this area. I've also got to find cotton batting, so let's do that while I'm on here sitting at the laptop, because why not? May as well. Hello. Okay, so I can still see you. It's like, where do I get cotton batting? I think my best option is probably going to be Amazon, unfortunately. It's like, where and what is going to be the cheapest option? Because it's so, cotton batting is what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to actually I'm going to use the cotton batting to go on a upgrade to my ironing table is what I'm going to be doing with it. (72 by 90). Okay, let's see. I know I have a quilt shop in town, but unfortunately they are like 100% out of cotton batting. Actually, I wonder if the second place has cotton batting or not. Bamboo, but that's the thing, is it's got to be cotton because it's got to be able to stand up to the heat of it. So there's that. Let's see here. Okay, I'm just going to turn off this collab stream so that I don't have to worry about it anymore. Yeah, I know. And then, where are we going? We're going Maple Leaf Quilt Company. Quilt batting. No, I don't want your drop down menu. I actually want your quilt batting. That's behind your drop down menus. Ah! There we go. Got cotton poly. Wool. Wool would work too. Oh my goodness. Because I think where I would normally go for like stuff isn't going to work. Actually, let's go check Picana. They're like my main supplier in Calgary. I wonder if they have cotton batting. Sometimes they have like the best stuff, and sometimes it's a complete mess. So let's see. Shop. Search batting. It's all like cotton polypropylene, which is not going to work. So the whole idea of it and why you want cotton batting is so that when you iron on it at the high heats that you need for cotton, it doesn't end up melting the batting. So, you know, non-cotton batting is not going to cut it. Okay, so my board is 19 by 57 inches, and then you need like you need some to wrap around. So I'm going to say that I need 25 by 65, say. So 25 by 65. And it doesn't all have to be one piece. I like, or like, it could be a big piece and then I can cut it down, sort of thing. There's 71 by 79, so 25 by 65. So the 79 inch, I could actually 25 by 65, so I could get 3 cuts out of that easily. Out of the 25. 25 by 65. That's not quite long enough, so I would only need one of these. Okay, and then I've got the canvas to cover it as well. All I'm starting to think about is the fact that I need to get this done so that I can actually start ironing next week, because the next step in all of this process is getting the fabric washed and dried and ironed. But unfortunately it is Amazon. It's like $33 for a 71 by 79 inch. Which isn't bad because, like I said, then I can use 3 layers. Yeah. Okay, well at least that's decided. Alright, let's get into actually getting the stock into the drawers. I'm gonna mute the mic because the little like movement of the mic aux cable is like insanely loud, at least from what's getting shown on my mixer whenever I do this. So give me 1 second. You mean you didn't want to spend your Saturday afternoon sitting with me on my basement floor? Alright, that's for another project that will be coming up. I literally sat on a toy train. That was not fun. That's what that whole like pained face was about. Was that I sat on a train. These need new batteries. Both of them. That's garbage. So that can go out later, and that is recycling, so it can go out later as well. Haha. Alright, so this is actually a bag of stock here. Now, typically I would stand and do this, but I honestly don't feel like doing it. So we got small box bags. If you've watched the shop preview, this is everything that you saw in the shop preview, pretty much. Or at least what ended up hitting the shop. I did not photograph the purses and wallets because they need a little bit more care, I find. Also because it hasn't been sunny enough for me to take them outside and photograph them on a mannequin. So, knot bags. And more knot bags. And more knot bags. And more knot bags. Dallas walked into my room the other day and I'm like, see, like, I tidied it up. You can tell I tidied up. And then I came back in and I just like absolutely wrecked it with work instead of leaving it tidy, because that's just how this works. He's like, well, at least it's organized chaos now. I'm like, sure. I'm glad you support it. Okay, so there is the knot bag. So let's actually move you up onto the desk here so that you've got a little bit less of a over here, maybe. You might see a little bit more of my butt than you desire, but you know, sometimes needs must. All right, there we go. Triangle did previously actually have labels on these drawers, and now that I've actually sorted out what kind of stock I want in the shop, I think I need to do it again. Now that I've kind of settled into like the things that will be made. But I did shift a lot of what I was actually making out of what I was making. So like I used to make a lot of wedge bags and stuff like that. Obviously I don't make those anymore. At least not in the like smaller sizes. Stuff like that. Alright. Grind guards. I gotta figure out where grind guards are gonna go, and I need to keep them sorted into their sizes. So I think they're gonna go up in the small drawers up top. Yeah. Okay. I bet you that's the 9-inch hoop there. Isn't it? I'm gonna measure it. I could not for the life of me find this 9-inch hoop before I actually like started everything. So it's in the drawer with the grime guards. Ridiculous. Alright, so we're gonna put the grime guards up in here. This actually has personal stuff in it, so let's get that out of there. Okay. And then we're going to put bigger ones at the back and smaller ones at the front. I know, super technical like organization, but it's better than nothing. It's triangle pouch, cake cozies, small. So the small grind guards are good for like 8 to 9-inch hoops, and the large grind guards are good for 8x11 like snap frames, as well as they're good for the snap frames and 10-inch hoops. That's what the medium size are. Hi, I can move you up a little bit. I'm just actually taking the stock down. Like I had it all in the back room, and so I'm taking it all out of the bag right now and putting it in my stock drawers. It's just debating how to actually organize the grime guards, because we've got the two different sizes of them. So the small is good for like an 8 to 9-inch hoop, and then the large is good for an 8.5x11 frame, or 8x11 frame up to like a 10-inch hoop as well. And I just found my 9-inch hoop that I've been looking for. I was like, come hell or high water, I would not be able to find this before I actually took photos, of course. As soon as the stock update's all uploaded and I've made do with the 8-inch hoop, I find the 9-inch hoop. It's just like, of course. Anyway, so we're just kind of going through, picking back through the stock. If you've seen the shop preview, this is all the stuff that was in the shop preview that made it into the shop. But this experience is kind of to be like, okay, so I'm looking to purchase like a Kato bag or a large box bag. Can I see some details and ask some questions about it before I actually buy it? That's the idea behind today. Let me know if the volume is too quiet. You are kind of tucked away from me so that you're on the desk and you like have a little bit better view that's not always my butt. So yeah, so that's what we're up to right now. And because I didn't know how busy it was going to be, I'm like, well, let's set up to actually do some product stocking so that I can get my cutting room emptied, because I got projects that I gotta get going on here very rapidly. Like that I should have started a week ago, sort of thing. But it'll all be fine. Alright. So, and then these are older stock, and now so I am gonna actually check to see if these grime guards are in the store or not. Those are gonna need a test because those are all a little bit older. Older packaging as well. I don't think we're going to pack them that way anymore. I haven't decided how I'm going to pack them though. They do need something to kind of protect them. This is a really large one. This was for a larger frame actually. I think those are for like 11x11 frames. But why I'm clearing it out right now is I think this drawer should become the drawer for like scrunchies. That was a bag that's going to be an inspiration for bags in the future. Some leftover leather. Actually, that looks like it's good for some straps. And we've got some extra pouches Right, these are a little bit smaller than the other size. That's the problem. And I need my little vacuum, so I'm gonna go grab my vacuum because there's a bunch of dust in there. So let's grab that and vacuum it out. So this is a little vacuum. It's a little USB rechargeable thing, and it is so good for like desk spaces where you end up with a bunch of crumbs and things like that. And like in this situation, could I get like a hand vac? 100%, but this is more fun. And there we go, it's all nice and like de-dusted. Alright, so we got another small here, and then let me just double check. That's got stuff for me in it. There are, heads up, there are still scrap packs in the shop as well. These have been vacuum sealed so they can just go in an envelope in Canada. That's a drawer full already. So yeah, so we're gonna put the cake cozies and the scrunchies in this farthest drawer, grind guards in this drawer. And then yes, eventually this whole top of these dressers also need to be tidied up. Anyway, if you're looking for a project bag or handbag, I just had a big update in the shop. It is all hand-selected Japanese fabrics, so that means that I do go over to Japan, I select the fabric, then I come back and I make the bags in my home studio. If you've heard this story before, then you know the drill. But yeah, basically it was everything that was left over after Knit City in Vancouver. So we're just, it's like the annual shop update, which I do need to get better about next year. That is one of the goals, is like have more updates into the shop more regularly, because honestly one update a year is not sustainable for the business. So alright, triangle pouches have already been sorted into a drawer. Those are not bag. Oh no, that's a big bag. Those are not bags. Scrunchie, cake cozies. So it's scrunchies at the front, cake cozies at the back. If you haven't encountered the cake cozies before, what they are is they are for a cake of yarn. You can put them over top of the cake of yarn, and basically it will hold the ends in so they're not like unraveling everywhere. Bookmarks. We'll decide about where we're putting bookmarks in a bit, because I am going to be adding quite a few more here very rapidly. I have a pop-up event in Cochrane actually at Coldwell Banker Realty. It's downtown Cochrane, and she offered up as like small business support stuff, pop-up spots in her new realty office, which is super awesome. Or is it something stuck behind the drawer? That feels like there's something stuck behind the drawer. Or that. There's too many large box bags stuffed in here, maybe. Okay, I might need to divide the large box bags up. Where did I put triangle pouches? That's not bags. Oh, it's behind the bags, of course. And then all these not bags need to go in here. Another triangle pouch, of course. Cake cozies, and then I think we'll throw the wristlets in here too. Does that make sense, or should I put them up on the board? No, it makes more sense to store them in here. Go. More triangle pouches. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, Okay, good. I did remember the quantity. That's always nice. Pop them on top there. Sweet. Oh, there's another knot bag and another Kid Cozy. Alright. I'll probably find more as I go into the back room as well, the cutting room, and like tidy it up as well. We have had a day already though. Our youngest woke up absolutely like miserable. Miserable all morning. And it was a late night last night, honestly, getting the shop update done for me. So I was up until about 1:30. And then our youngest was up at 6:30, 6:45, 6:47, something like that. Something ridiculously early in the morning. And then yeah, it was just like so upset all day so far. So I made sure the Dallas got them down for a nap when I actually had a massage appointment. So I went out for my massage. And I was like, if you do nothing else, feed them and get them down, like feed both the children and then get the youngest down for a nap because they are miserable right now. Alright, so here is the remainder of the big bags. Actually, that's not too bad. I was thinking that there's more left, and we're actually doing a style change on the big bags, so that's nice that there's not too many. Okay, the contour in the bottom. I think these will fit here. I hope they do. They do. Kind of. The drawer closes, so we're good. Alright. Triangle pouches, knot bags, and then this bag has been emptied, which is awesome. Means it can actually go back into storage. Cause yeah. Alright. There we go. Just make sure there's nothing in the front here that's important. Nope, we're good. And we'll zip down the expansion as well. We'll actually go into the other room and we'll see what we need to do in there. Honestly, if this is this quiet, maybe we'll just be cutting some bookmarks and adhering bookmarks to their interfacing, which would not be, I wouldn't complain about that. That would be a nice quiet Saturday. Well spent. Okay. Needle stash is up there. I am going to caffeinate a little bit and then yeah, let's head into the cutting room, I guess. Come tidy up with me because that's the next thing we gotta do anyway. Honestly, at this point, all I want to do is go have a nap. But we will persevere. I will have a nap after this. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to mute the mic because the aux cable really freaks out when it gets moved. Okay, we're back. So that kind of like overview was just to kind of show you what kind of chaos there is happening in here right now. I do need to plug my laptop in. It is nearly out of battery power. Alright, and we are back in business for power at least. So generally what I do need to do is we need to pack up the Foldio, which is sitting behind you right now. stay charging. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, we're good. Okay. And there's a bunch of stuff that's falling on the floor. Just in general, we need to tidy up. So it's like, I need to figure out where these are gonna go. We've got wristlets. We've got more cake cozies that are like in the... Sorry, that would have been really loud. Cake cozies in the folio that just need to be pulled out. The folio needs to be brought down. I love this photo studio, but I will say it's like one of the biggest pain in the ass is the store. Actually, I think I see a space up here that's going to work really well. But like I said, like this space is constantly evolving, so it might move again in 6 months, who knows. But, so there's the like, whew, why am I out of breath? Interesting. Alright. Okay, so these are all the cake cozies that were left over in the folio. I basically took a photo of all the ones that had duplicates, so that then I could just refer to my phone to be like, oh yeah, I've got to put 2 for stock on these ones and not these ones. Okay. So there's going to be a Velcro noise. One moment. And then another 2. There we go. And this gets rolled up like this. And I'll turn the laptop around so you can actually see what I'm doing with the folio. And then I think what we'll do is we'll put the fabric from the pick your own orders away as well. Actually, this could go, if it doesn't fit up on the shelf, like above the calyx up here, then this can actually go in this closet here. But I think it'll fit pretty good. So that actually worked very well. Alright, so that worked really well actually to put the roll up here, because what it ended up doing for me is actually holding it in place instead of it constantly like unrolling on me. Yeah, I know. Please stay charging. Thank you. I think the cord on this laptop might be a little bit angry. Alright, let's put the mic back here. Alright, so what we're doing now is we're going to fold up the folio. Then I'm going to pull the pick your own box over here. And we're going to clear out all the new fabric. Yeah, and then we'll figure out what we're doing from there. Hello! So it's been quiet, so I haven't had a lot of questions. What we're doing right now is I'm actually finishing or retidying up my cutting studio, since that's where I was taking all the photos. I was just discussing that what I was going to do is I'm going to fold up the folio, which is my photos taking studio thing, fancy thing, light box, and then I was going to put the pick your own orders like fabrics away, because all of these shelves are empty because pick your own fabrics need to go back into them. But I am here if you do have any questions about any of the stock that just went live in the update. I'm more than happy to answer them. I just figured since I'm just kind of hanging out and chilling and waiting for questions, I may as well be productive and actually get my cutting studio, at least like start tidying it up again, because I have projects I need to do. Like projects I should have started like a week ago, but you know, kids, work, all that stuff. The projects are for work, but honestly, taking the photos took a lot longer than I expected. And then I did actually go in and add titles to the majority of them as well. So that, because what I've shifted is I did all basically like master listings for products this time. And what you can do is you select by style, and then you go in and you select the fabric print you would like. And there's a couple of reasons for this. I've tried it in the past, and I think part of why, like, they haven't been super popular. But I was realizing that probably the reason why they weren't super popular is that, like, you can click the variant in Shopify in the drop-down menu or the pillbox or whatever it's set up as. Mine's set up as a drop-down menu. But when you select that, it takes you to the photo. But if you're just scrolling through the photos to look at stuff because it's pretty, you don't, like, if you click on something that's like My Pleasant Company Cats on Gray, it doesn't tell you that in the variant selector. So, what I did is I went through and I put titles on at least 95% of the stock. So, like, the bags all have it. Yes! That was, like, meant to be. Sweet. So, this thing right here, the white roll, oh my goodness, can I, there, the white roll. Here. There we go. We'll get there eventually. Is actually the thing that goes in the back of the folio, and stuffing it underneath this little step down is actually perfect because it holds it together and it's actually like kind of tensioned in there. I can still reach it really easily, which is another factor, is that there's 9-foot ceilings in the basement, and so this step down actually makes it an 8-foot there, I think. Yeah, it's an 8-foot ceiling right there. So I can still reach everything up there really easily, which is nice. And then it's like it was meant to be for the folio right here as well. Because I love this light box, but honestly, it's a pain in the ass to store. Like, yeah, I did mark this as not for kids. Good. None of my content is for kids. I'm not going around swearing a lot, but it's like, it's not meant for kids. So the occasional times that I do swear, I don't have to worry about it. Alright, we got a bunch of spaghetti webbing straps here. I do need to figure out what I am doing with those. And we've got appliques, which need to go out. And then there's all of May's fabric at my feet right now, pretty much. And a roll of twill canvas. So, I think we're going to move May's fabric out first. If you want, I have recorded the episode for that. I just haven't posted it yet because I was more concentrated on getting the shop update done. But the next video that will be going up, like official video, vlog thing, non-live stream item on the channel, there we go, will be the fabric preview, and that should actually be next week. Anyway, I'm going to bring you over here and you can just kind of, I don't know, look over my shoulder, I guess. Nope, we're not far enough up yet. Okay, 1 second. Tick, tick, tick. Can you see there? Kinda. Okay. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to like move this all out. Some of it is actually for bookmarks, so we're going to keep this around because I am going to go through and make a metric ton of bookmarks here very soon. And the interfacing is here because it was originally intended for like box bags and stuff like that, but that's actually the softer version and I just ran out of the stiffer version. So we're going to just use it in the actual bookmarks as well. Alright. Actually, bookmarks, and we'll use it in notions pouches and like needle stashers. Because I have made the official decision that I'm going to move to plastic snaps on my needle stashers because I find that the metal ones, I prefer using metal, but the problem with the metal is that they actually they don't actually go in very well. So I end up having to redo a lot of metal snaps. Sometimes they fail like after they've been applied and even after I've tested them. So I want to actually end up, I'm going to just switch to the plastic ones because they applied better this time as well. Just means that I need to get some new dies and some new snaps because I've invested mostly in metal snaps. But that's fine. What I'll end up doing is selling on the actual metal snap stock. Anyway, if you do have any questions about stock that just went live in the shop update, I am more than happy to answer. But it's been quiet, so I'm going through and actually finishing, well, retidying the cutting studio. I had tidied it up, and then I destroyed it by coming in and taking all the photos and like doing the video previews for the fabrics. And that's why all the fabrics are on the floor, is because there was no other place to put them. But that is, so part of what's got to go up in here is pick your own fabrics from November, and then also the stock that I just purchased in May as well. But the general idea today is that if you have any questions about like a project bag or bag that you saw on the shop, I can get it and I can answer the questions and like show it to you live and everything like that. Now, I did do a lot of that in the shop preview as well, but I know it's not the same as being able to ask questions like this, like to the person that's actually done the making and everything like that. So you are more than welcome to ask any questions, or you can just watch me tidy up. I like having company for this sort of thing, but yeah, I also appreciate questions instead of you always having to listen to my like live stream of consciousness, which is what this is. Anyway, so we're going to boot all of the May fabrics out of the room right now, and then we're going to work on tidying up the actual cutting table. And then if we're still going, I plan to be on until about 3:30. Then we'll work on cutting bookmarks, or maybe we'll go back out and we'll set up the steam press and start pressing bookmarks. I don't know. We're gonna fly by the seat of our pants today so far. Come on down with me again. Let's get this fabric tidied up. So now I'm not too worried about it also unfolding or anything like that, because realistically at this point what's gonna happen is it's gonna be washed, dried, and then I'm going to actually iron it. So if it gets wrinkled and crinkled right now, not a big deal. Like, it's obviously not perfect, but that's fine. Am I blocking my exit? Yes. Is that the safest? Yeah. I could still jump over it. We're good. Okay. Oh my goodness. And if you do want to see like a detailed on what fabrics I got in May, the actual fabric preview video will be your video to watch. But this does give you a quick and dirty way of seeing it, that's for sure. I'm always very appreciative when I'm at shows that I work with fabric. Because it's like packing up, I watch the potters and I'm like, oh my goodness, you have so much work to do for like, to actually pack stuff up. I just realized this is actually a really bad angle to be at. So, come down here with me, my pretties. I have the bins down here that you can sit on instead. Alright, so there is a bin. There's the microphone. You are now officially under my cutting table. I can come down like this. Alright. So there's more interfacing. So if you're looking for stuff for like Christmas presents and stuff like that, if that's something, or holiday presents is the better description. I can suggest a few things as well. I've just added in bookmarks, which are super cute. They're made from like, when I'm talking about the bookmarks, they're actually little corner bookmarks that go over the corner of the book. You may as well see my face right now. So they go over the corner of the book, and they're super cute. They're made up of like cuts from knot bags and stuff like that, so it's kind of, again, scrap busting project, and it basically leans really heavily into the bags or the fabrics that I've had in the past, because a lot of them are like from the knot bag cuts and stuff like that. Although some of these are going to be absolutely spectacular as bookmarks, and I cannot wait to make them. Well, I can. There's a lot of work between now and then, but we'll get there. There's some scraps from my friend. My friend's taking a lot of my like scraps so that she can actually stuff. She does a lot of amigurumi, so she's going to be stuffing a lot of her little amigurumi with the stuffing, or with the like little offcuts and the interfacing that, like, I have a limit, and I am far past my limit of what I can use for stock, or for scraps basically. So it's like, I can't use stuff like this. So she's going to use stuff like that for me instead, which is awesome. I love it. It's what I always like. I always try to redirect my scraps that are just like past the threshold of too small for me. But sometimes it's hard to get rid of them. And so it's just nice that my friend's just gonna be like, yeah, I'll take them all. Especially these ones that are like interior cuts and kind of, they're not as interesting, obviously, as the exterior cuts. Since they're the interior and not Japanese fabric. All right, there is that done. There is the canvas twill here, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to plop it. I've got curtain rod hangers at the back of the desk, the cutting table, so it can come up and towards me. And so I think I'm going to just put it on there. It doesn't have any dowel or anything in the middle, but it's not like, I don't know. It's just storage and out of the way of the cats, basically. Because they like to claim fabric for their own, and so storing it up a little bit helps them not claim it as their own. Who'd have thunk it? Okay, that is a strap that needs a little bit of work to get it tidied up. I just saw owls in here. So there's a lot of, like, this is what I mean. Like, so these scraps are going to be made down into stuff, but like I am drowning in scraps that I can use. So the small stuff like what I just showed you that I'll send to my friend, it's like, it is time to get it out of the house. Actually, this would make it super cute. It's one of those new little pouches. I wonder if this would work for one of those canvas pencil pouches. Okay, it's going on the table. Because who knows? I do say 6x14 here. I don't know what size that actually is. I doubt it's 6x14. I try and arrange them by the common sizes that I actually use for there are the pliers that I was looking for earlier this summer. Alright, well there they are still. Anyway, I try to organize it by the common sizes that I do use in like products. But basically this is like the minimum size that you're gonna find in here, 6x14. That doesn't mean that they're cut down to, all is cut down to 6x14. Okay, I gotta stop rambling. Let's get this canvas into the actual cutting table. This canvas and some of the other canvas is the reason why I actually have such a large cutting table. Because when I bought it, I didn't realize that it was going to come in a roll. I thought it was going to come in folded. And no, it's funny because this is the only supplier that's ever rolled it up. And then on top of it, I ordered 3 colors of canvas, and they rolled the canvas all together. So it was like the natural was in the middle, and then the gray was in the, natural was in the center, and then the gray was in between that, and then the black was on the exterior. And it's like, that's not useful. I will pay the extra shipping to have useful fabric instead of having to like unroll this whole roll of freaking canvas and then having to like figure out how to roll it back up. Like this is already hard enough. Okay. Alright, I think there might have been some cat claiming on this one. So there it is. Alright, so I'm gonna trim this down so that I don't roll that up into the actual fabric. This is why I do keep the cutting room typically closed at night. So, but that's okay. That's my fault. Okay. Well, the good news is that I don't have to roll it up anymore. And we'll cut this off, and I will wash it. This in the back there, and then we will do, can I get this up and over the mic? Let's find out. Oh yeah, I can get like around the whole laptop and everything too. Sweet. Alright. It is a little flaccid on this end. Oh, this is ridiculous. Am I just doing this the lazy way? Kinda. I could have stood up and like moved it all around, but I didn't feel like doing that. Except I have to now. Okay, so I'm gonna go around and I will put that on the thing, and I will grab the pick your own fabrics, and I just realized I blocked myself off from my caffeine, but that's okay. that does actually feel like it might have a it might have a cardboard tube in the middle, but it's disappeared. Okay, good enough. Okay. Alright, so here is the box of fabrics down here. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to tidy up this block, and I'm going to condense the block that's up here into one of the other blocks so that there's a little bit more room. So like those two blocks are only half full. Those ones are getting pretty full, so we'll condense this down because there's nothing in there. So these two can be condensed down. And then those two can be condensed down. And actually condensed down with the one that's just above it as well. And then we can put all of the fabrics that are in this bin into the actual shelves. So they're gonna go there because they're not cotton linen, they are actually polyester. Those are zippers, and that's a leftover from making Kato pockets, but that looks like it's gonna go in for notions and stuff like that. That's receipts, that's important. Ooh, and that is a receipt off the top. Okay, so there, that one got condensed. And then this can get condensed as well. So there, we just emptied two. There's so little of some of these fabrics. Like I didn't even put them into the pick your own because like there's so little of some of them that it's more work to do stock management than it is just to make them up, to be honest. So I guess the one drawback to that is that I do, well, not a drawback, but the one reality to that is I do actually need to make them into stuff. But when you get to this point of like having this much fabric left of all these cuts, it's like, well, what do I make from it? So it's like with the coffee, do I make like a big bag? Do I make more large box bags? I already have a Kato nut, so I won't do that. But it's the like last cuts debate. What do I do for the last cuts from these fabrics? Which I guess what I could do is I could actually do like a very specific, like there is a large box bag left of this sort of thing. Maybe I should do that. This is going to become a Kato. This is one of the original Black Cats Amongst Roses. Spectacular. It's on like a butter yellow. And there's enough for Kato in there. So I'm going to put that in the Kato bin while I'm thinking about it right now. And then I think Cats Doing Things needs to become a wallet. So we'll just kind of tuck that away right here. These cuts are actually for pockets and linings in some of these smaller things. There's some super cool batik. And now we'll do the actual fabrics. So we've got Mount Fuji, we've got Piano Cats on off-white, got Piano Cats on blue. These ones are really cool. These Piano Cats are really cool because they've actually got like a twill construction that you can see. We've got the giant cats on, oh right, I need to add these guys to the big bag. Pre-orders. We've got the vending machines here in gray and aqua. So I'm just gonna kind of try to fold them up to match a little bit better. Like that. Well, that's not gonna work. We're just gonna fold and pop the gray stuff. And the green will probably go on top. So we'll tuck it over here. Got so this has actually got little black cats, but it looks like wallpaper. Very William Morris inspired. They actually, when we were there in May, had a bunch of William Morris fabric, which was super cool. Or like obviously reproduction prints and stuff like that. But there's definitely been William Morris influence for a while. Oh yeah. Right, these are small enough cuts that I don't think I actually talked about them in the pick you're on, so we're just gonna end up making bags out of it. But it's all these like shaggy dogs, which is super cute. Those are weird sizes, so we're gonna put them over here like that, and that's actually where the vending machines are gonna go. And honestly, I'm going to move over that direction as well because it's gonna be easier on my body. Ugh, up and over. Okay. Kind of like sitting here, like, why am I not on the other side, pulling stuff from the bin from the side that I'm putting it on instead of having to reach across the bin every single time. Okay, so looking at the time, it looks like we'll kind of get through this and then I will head out because it's Saturday and I want to hang out with my kiddos and my husband. And it actually got sunny today, so it's like we'll probably head out for a walk after dinner at least. Or maybe before dinner might be a better idea. But we'll get all these shelves stocked and then head out. Cat bread. Cat bread's very good. I like cat bread. Alright, that's the oddballs. Just because they've got such little left in their prints that they have to be folded weird. Well, different. They have to be different and folded different from these guys, at least. Oh, okay. I might actually have enough of that one. Okay. Black cats and strawberries. So the big bag option also has the option to make it luxe now because basically they're the same, like they're cousins of the same bag. So if you go in and you actually want to make a bag luxe, I can do the upgrades. You can also go through and select everything that you would like. Or you can actually just go, hey, maker's choice, just make me a bag, please. And I'm more than happy to just do it. Those are kind of the options right now. Okay, there's all of the fabric out of there. So what we're going to do actually is fold you back up this way. There we go. And then we're going to move these fabrics back down into here because these can fit in here like that, and then these can go on top. Good enough. And do. Alright, so there is that bin emptied except for some like actual sewing supplies because apparently a clip followed me to Vancouver. Okay, what next? I really just want to sew. I don't want to do all this organization. I want to be sewing. But what else do we have? That is yarn. Let's go in here. Well, we may as well get up and do some bookmark work. Like the next big step on bookmarks is actually adhering the interfacing. So maybe we go adhere at interfacing. I'm just trying to think of what I need to actually set up for that because since we're currently in the process of kind of shuffling everything around, nothing is exactly where I need it to be. Because yeah, the last of the stuff that's in here actually needs to stay in here so I can photograph it in the next couple days. It's like a reminder of like, this didn't get photographed. Obviously, I kind of know that anyway, but it's just an added reminder. Okay, let me mute the mic because the aux cable does not like getting moved. One moment. Okay, I just remembered what we do need to do before I can go adhere any of the things is that we need to get interfacing for the little, like, so this is like 2 squares and a triangle set up. So like this square and this square. So there's 2 of them. And one of them will become a triangle, and we actually need the triangle interfacing. Now, the question is, do I want to do fusible, or should I just do... Let's just do half triangles from the non-fusible, because honestly, it's going to get sewn in anyway. Yeah, let's do it. So what we'll do is we'll take the fabric, we'll fold it. Actually, what we're going to do is we're just going to cut a square. So like here's 2 squares already just by cutting this. It looks like I'll probably get 4 from it. Just trim it up like that, and then let's see if we get 3, 4. Almost, not quite. And then we'll trim down the half, like the triangles from this. There we go. There. And then what we'll do is we'll fold this up, and we'll square it up based on each of these individual pieces. Which means we're going to do this like that. And then we will be all set pretty much. Okay. So we'll trim down on this side. So obviously there are benefits and drawbacks to working with scraps. One of the drawbacks is like not everything is going to be exactly the same, and sometimes you do end up drowning in the scraps like I was talking about earlier. Now I am drowning in scraps, but we are finding ways to use them. So there is that little triangle, and then we'll actually pop this together. So this has a fusible interfacing for this, and then I'm gonna have to actually look at the tutorial and see if I put, I'm pretty sure I put the triangle on the white, like the lining piece, which I am not seeing here anyway, but there's one of them. Alright, so there is a set. There's the parasols. We'll take this triangle and we'll just see, so that will show, or we can get this to show. I think we get that to show here with the actual parasol moved around like that, and then we'll just pop it in here like that. And then I'm just gonna do the sandwich right now, even though I haven't like actually put the interfacing on, because why not? Really. Actually, okay, so yeah, so this goes here, and then this, so that pops right there. Lined up really well on this one side. There we go. It'll get captured, and then I will throw it underneath the steam press, and we'll just press everything all at once so I don't have to worry about it. Like that. There's the nice little package. I could clip it, but honestly I think that's gonna stay together. Alright, and then so that's the piece that I wanted for Snow White on the back. I am gonna trim this one down a little bit because there's quite a bit of excess interfacing here. Like this. Oh, I guess I could actually show you on the camera a little bit better. Actually, I didn't realize this, but I like that there's a set of dwarves down there at the bottom. That's pretty cool. And I think if we fold this right, we can get most of that frame on the front as well. Looks like it. Sweet. So we are going to trim this down to the actual square. This is a little bit tall, and then we'll get the triangle out of it. Alright, so I am going to head out at 3:30. It's currently 3:15 for me. But if you have any questions in the next little bit, please feel free to ask. We kind of scurried away from being right against the stock because it wasn't very busy. But I figured I may as well use the time that I'm on stream to get a little bit of tidying done in this cutting room, and that's what we've done actually. It's been very productive. But yeah, yeah, if you have any questions about the stock that just went live in the shop update, please let me know. I'm more than happy to answer. Right now I am working on getting bookmark interfacing ready. Should it be fusible interfacing? Probably, but this is what I have in front of me, so let's just use it. May as well. Alright, so we'll do this to make another little sandwich thing. Alright, so that is going to need to be this way. So she is going to be upside down, but that's okay. It's going to be cute. Because the other way would be like this. But this then would show up front, which is what I want to show on the front. Oh, I wonder if I can get it to go like that. Okay. So if we put it like this, she's going to be sideways. That's acceptable. Alright, so there's the another sandwich done. Realistically, I should be doing these and just putting them straight onto the actual, like, steam press, but it's not going to happen, and that's fine. I will steam press them later today, or tomorrow, or Monday. Right now I'm like super fading, so I'm like, I think that nap is sounding more and more and more appealing right now. Alright. Oh, that was the wrong way to fold, especially since I just folded the right sides together and I need to fold the wrong sides together. Ooh boy, okay, yeah. It is nap time. So hopefully, wherever you are, if you are needing a nap today, you get one as well. That is my hope for you. And if you're interested in a project bag, that you get the one that you desire from the update. Super cute. Alright, so we're going to sandwich it here. What's gonna, oh yeah, that's gonna be really good. Okay, and then the batik goes on top of everything like that. Now we're going to do a sassy cat or black cat, although I don't have a lining piece for it, so we'll set that aside for now, unless it's here. Yes, okay, so that was supposed to go there, and then this one's supposed to go with this. So we're going to square up the square here. Like that. Okay. Trim off that excess from the triangles. And then we'll trim the square in half. Like that. Then we'll pop it into the triangle that this is going to make. Fold it back up. I'd already folded it, so it was like nice and pressed down, so that was a super easy placement. All the edges line up. We're going to pop the beige fabric on top, and then we'll set it aside, and then we're going to do this super cute little bunny and sakura with mochi hammers. We're going to do it so that this is the back piece and this will be the front piece. Right, so the back piece gets the interfacing here. I'm going to trim this down because that's quite a bit of excess interfacing for the size of project. I have a lot higher tolerance when the project is larger, and it's not quite as yeah, I have more tolerance then. Alright, so we're going to fold it this way, and so the front of the bookmark will actually end up with a mochi hammer, basically right front and center, which will be awesome. I'm going to sandwich it in here. It's more like a taco. I'm gonna taco it in here. And then just scoot everything around. Make sure it's lined up. There we go. Pop that. Yeah, there we go. Make sure all my corners are more or less lined up. Obviously they're not always going to be perfect, but we can try our best to get it as close as possible. There's another sandwich. And if this sounds meditative and like chill, it honestly pretty much is. It's super chill. It's also because I'm like falling asleep on my feet. Which, granted, is mostly my fault, because in that I did stay up to do the shop update. But I'm also going to blame the fact that we had a little one up so early. Usually when they have the opportunity, they'll sleep until like 8:30, 9:30. Not last night. But they didn't nap at day home either yesterday, and I think that was the death knell of sleeping in this morning, was the fact that they didn't nap at day home. Because of course then they went to bed really early, and also like just inconsolably upset. Alright, I think I can get it so that this little bunny is on the front here. Yeah, the weird one was the fact that they've been so whiny all afternoon or all morning. That was weird. Usually once they've had like a sleep, they're in a really good mood, but they're little humans, I guess, and we all wake up in a bad mood sometimes. For inexplicable reasons. And that is the most frustrating for everyone. It's like, I am grumpy, but I don't know why. Heck, I wake up like that sometimes. Actually, I don't normally wake up angry. I just start to get angry. Well, thinking about my days. I think that's pretty normal, though. At least when it happens occasionally. Alright. We've got one more here. That's super easy. So we got the cat heads and fishes on faded lavender. We're going to make this the back. Actually, no, we're going to make the other one the back because it's got more fish heads on it. Or cats on it. Okay, so we're going to make that the back. Then we're going to take this guy and we're going to fold it like a taco shell. Taco shell. And that's going to be super cute. Okay, pop the interfacing in there. So this is where fusible interfacing is easier, is I don't have to worry about it shifting at all once I actually get it fused to the fabric. But again, I'm using what I have instead of putting it to waste. So we're gonna go with the flow and see. These should turn out fine. The interfacing on the back is light enough, that's not a big deal. It's gonna be very flexible, and then this interfacing that's actually in the little corner is very flexible as well. Okay, let's get the next round. We'll do a few more, because why not? I am on a roll right now, so we may as well keep going for a few more minutes. Like I said, until 3:30, so. Okay, so that is 1, and that is 2. Okay. And that is its lining. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think we'll finish out with these 2, actually. I said, we'll go for a while, and it's like, no, we're gonna finish out with these guys. I'll get 2 more out of this interfacing, and then, yeah, it'll be nap time. Alright. Now that I take my rotary cutter and square this up with my... Oh, I got 4. So we'll do 4 more. There we go. And then I'll head out from the stream. Anyway, I could use my rotary cutter for this. I don't feel like it's... Realistically, I need more space on my cutting table. I've shoved us into, like, the smallest tidy space I can shove us into right now. So, shears it is right now, and that's fine. Cutting by hand is, like, sometimes super meditative as well. Is that actually a word? I feel like meditative is a word, but I also feel like I could have made it up very easily. I cannot tell right now. Okay, so there's 1, and we're gonna just do the other one as well, and then we'll make up 4 bookmarks. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little bit more of a ramble than I anticipated. I have. It's been good. It's been a good reset. we're going to be going back to more sewing content here in the next week. Actually, I need to chat with a couple people and find out how we want to do something, just so I can make sure that I'm not blindsiding anyone. Alright, so that is going to be the upper corner on this one. I'm going to throw the interfacing in here. And if you want to make these on your own, the tutorial that I'm using is actually by Coquette & Co. They're a sewist out of Ontario, actually. And so this is their tutorial that I'm following right now. Alright, line everything up. Like I said, these will all be thrown under the steam press, actually. Within the next, I don't know, couple days probably. Whenever I get back down to actually sew, I will put it under the steam press. Okay, we've got these little sparkly doilies. Like, it's just gonna make such a precious bookmark, to be honest. It's really good color, a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of pink. Very romantic. Alright. So there's one. There is a duplicate of this one, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to 1 second. That wasn't going very well for fabric placement. So let's do, oh, there we go. Okay. I was like, that doesn't show any lacy doilies on the front that way, but we'll do it this way then. Okay. Taco the interfacing. I'm also thinking that I will be doing some Christmas ornament sewing here. I'm going to take the strips that I've been keeping and make like patchwork ornaments. I think it's going to be really cute. In my head, it's really cute. That doesn't mean that that's how it's going to translate, but I'm going to do it anyway. Or at least for a few. Some experiments, which will be good. Oh, sweet. The next one's like mostly done for me already. Nice. This one needs a bit more interfacing. Excellent. Okay, we're just going to ignore difficult ones right now and just move on. I wish that's how it worked in life. Just ignore the difficult bits and move on. Move on. Okay. So this is Halloween symbols on orange. It's like ghosts and pumpkins and bats and little black cats. It's cute. It's super cute. Okay, and it's already got its interfacing and its lining. So all we're doing is we're going to taco a piece of interfacing in the triangle. Like this. Oh, not like that, like this. There we go. Like that. And then I'm going to make it so that the cat is on the front, hopefully. I think I gotta go sew some of these and make sure that I'm doing this right. But I think once I turn it, it'll be fine. Haven't quite got my head wrapped around the 3D-ness of these yet. Alright, last bookmark to put together for now, so that I can go have a nap before dinner. And that is going to be the Have Fun, Eat Junk Halloween. Okay. Triangle in the taco. Now we're gonna just even everything up like that. Goblins and ghosts are gonna go to the front. And the lining and the interfacing. Alright, so these are something that will be worked on over the next couple weeks. I'm only about halfway through the pile, although that's better than not being any way through the pile, so I'm happy with that. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do have any questions about the shop update later on, please feel free to email me or DM me on Instagram, or you can even chat with me through the shop itself. I'm more than happy to help. So I will chat with you all soon with more of my regular content of the sewing very soon here. So have a good day, y'all.